In the face of betrayal, Queen Sylvia gave advice to Queen Mary of Denmark. During their first state visit as King and Queen of Denmark, Frederick and Mary visited Sweden. This is not coincidental and follows the tradition of Scandinavian monarchies to visit neighboring countries first, especially those with whom they have historical and familial ties, as a sign of courtesy. After a warm reception in Stockholm, there were plenty of expected displays of intimacy. However, what really stood out were the special relations between Mary and Sylvia, the two queen consorts. They were often seen exchanging glances and engaging in private conversations during various joint events, such as an impressive gala dinner. Mary and Sylvia wore very symbolic tiaras during the procession to the kissing ceremony, and as they walked side by side to the banquet hall, they continued talking the entire time. As a result of allegations of infidelity by their spouses, Sylvia and Mary became the center of attention. Did Mary confide in Queen Sylvia? Did the Danish queen seek guidance from her Swedish colleague on how to manage this complicated period? The past and present converge in this image as the two queens whisper their finest jewels, brilliant sapphires and contrasting rubies. The elder of the two at 80 years old knows the terrain well. Yes, Kings Frederick and Carl Gustaf also share much, especially when it comes to their tumultuous personal lives. We won't say they led parallel lives, but it's intriguing to note how their romantic affairs greatly destabilized not only their households but also their reigns. Much has been said over the past 6 months, since the photos emerged of then Prince Frederick of Denmark strolling through Madrid. The Danish royal house did not comment on this romance, deeming it a private matter. Naturally, neither did any of the involved parties. Since then, the Danish couple has been living in a state of continuous Cold War, and even after their proclamation as King and Queen on January 14, the situation hasn't improved much. Different agendas, an almost absent monarch replaced by his wife, and serious faces everywhere, all of which we have analyzed in detail, have shattered the previous harmony of the couple. Mary, it seemed, was unwilling to forgive. However, during their latest trip the situation took a 180-degree turn. At least from the gallery's perspective, the gestures between Frederick and Mary of Denmark have softened significantly and now flow almost like silk. The kings have been aboard the Dano for a couple of weeks now, enjoying an almost honeymoon-like period during which they are sentenced to understanding each other. These days Queen Mary approaches her husband and even touches him, placing her hand on Frederick's back with tenderness or perhaps condescension. Nevertheless, we detected a slight leakage in one of the spouse's eyes, indicating hidden tension. Meanwhile, Queen Sylvia has become Mary's best. During Alice's state visit to Sweden, we noticed a lot of signs of attachment, including casual discussions, an easygoing attitude, and physical contact. Queen Sylvia must have forgiven her husband Carl Gustaf, who lost his father in a plane crash when he was 9 months old. Carl became the youngest monarch in Europe in 1973, at the age of 27. He had a colorful youth. He met Sylvia Somuth, a German-Brazilian flight attendant, at the 1972 Munich Olympics. Coincidentally, Frederick and Mary also met at the same event, but in Sydney in 2000. Neither of them had a royal background. They were commoners who had devoted careers to their work. After marrying in a Dior gown and the world-famous chemo tiara on June 19, 1976, in Stockholm, Carl Gustaf and Sylvia had 3 children, Victoria, Carl Philly, and Malene. They are now grandparents to 8 grandchildren, thanks to Carl's passing. Years and undoubted love seemed to pacify the monarch. However, in 2010 the most serious crisis in his personal life erupted. In Thomas Jerk's biography Reluctant King, it was revealed that King Carl Gustaf had an affair with model, singer, and actress Camilla Henmar and frequented nightclubs in his country. That the affair is said to have happened in the late 1990s, and rumors about it had circulated, but it was never openly exposed. In fact, confirmation came from the monarch himself when he attempted to address the scandalous book. He stated that his family wants to turn the page and move on because these things happened a long time ago. It's reported that he apologized to his wife privately. She accepted, and in recent years the couple has been very close, enjoying a peaceful life in middle age. In 2023 the king had to undergo heart surgery and cancel the celebrations planned for his golden jubilee on the throne. Sylvia was always by his side, and now Mary and Sylvia can look each other in the eye and understand each other. 2 women not yet queens endure the trials of marriage with its joys and frustrations, but with a strong sense of duty and protection toward their families. Today Frederick and Mary of Denmark have concluded their visit to Sweden and are heading to Norway aboard the royal yacht Dana Brøndbrock, where they will meet King Harald and Queen Sanja as well as Crown Princes Hakan and Marital, who have always supported the veteran monarch when he decided to slow down the official pace. We tend to think that being of the same generation Mary and Merit will provide us with more good times later. King Frederick and Queen Mary will reach the Faroe Islands and Greenland. We will see how their relationship develops over the many days spent together. Conclude that the recent state visit of Denmark's King Frederick and Queen Mary to Sweden has served to both deepen diplomatic ties and offer an intriguing window into the private lives of kings, despite the difficulties they encounter in their marriages. The two royal couples, like Carl Gustaf and Sylvia and Frederick and Mary, have demonstrated unwavering dedication to their roles as head of state and the ability to gracefully and dignifiedly handle both public criticism and personal issues. As Frederick and Mary continue their journey to Norway, the Faroe Islands, and Greenland, we look forward to further insights into their relationship dynamics, despite any challenges they may face. The camaraderie observed between Mary and Sylvia during the visit highlights the importance of mutual support and understanding among royal consorts. As we say goodbye to this fascinating look at royal dynamics, we are reminded of the complexities that exist beneath the surface of monarchy, from the intimate struggles within royal marriages to the grandeur of state visits. What remains clear is that these monarchs are united by their devotion to their countries and families, and their ability to overcome adversity serves as a testament to their strength and character. We have had both revelations and reflections on our voyage. Swedes hosted Danish royal couple King Frederick and Queen Mary during their state visit. Highlighted the intricacies of love, duty, and forgiveness that impact the lives of monarchs as we part ways. Let us take with us the wisdom gained from these royal encounters, which have illuminated the personal resilience of monarchs. Join us on our next adventure as we uncover stories of courage, compassion, and camaraderie in the fascinating world of royalty. Until then, farewell, and may the wisdom gained from our journey stay with you always. Remember the importance of empathy, understanding, and support in navigating difficulties in both public and private life.